Guys, today we're going to show you how to replace one of these spider gasket valves. Typically what you need to watch for is if this is your backwash. If this is leaking, I have like a little globe here so you can see. Normally this water is green, but it's basically crystal clear right now. This is because it's slowly backflowing in. If yours is just open, you'll see it leaking. But we're going to show you how to replace the gasket that's inside the valve and then put it back together. So this is a 1.5 inch to 2.5 inch. It's kind of awkward, but this is a 2-inch multi-port inside this thing. Sometimes they do 3-inch, but you just have to measure the size of your gasket. This one in particular, I just need a 2-inch. So I need the gasket, I need some of this weld, and I also have these other O-rings that, while you have it open, it's probably best to go ahead and replace them. These O-rings, they go on the top and the bottom of this little lever thing to keep it from leaking. You don't have to replace them if you don't want to. This came with it. So I'll see the condition of them. If they're awful, then I'll switch them out, put some lube on it and put it in. But if it's okay, I mean, I'll just glue that sucker in and put it together. But we'll go ahead and take it apart, show you what's up. I'm gonna open this to relieve some pressure, and you simply just jiggle it just a tad and you pull up and it will come out. This one, it hasn't been open in so long because you don't normally open these things. Oh, that's one other thing. Make sure you put it kind of in like a propped up position so you can actually pull this thing out. But yeah, we're just juicing water now. But yeah, you can see the valve is pretty awful. You see how it's kind of rubbing off on here. We're gonna have to clean that out. Let this drain down, do its thing. And we're going to have to get this completely dry. We're also going to replace this one around here. You see this little gasket? I got one in there. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that, put some lube around it because it doesn't look that great. I think the other two gaskets are okay, so I'm probably just going to leave them. So I don't have to mess with taking this off and put it back on. But it's pretty self-explanatory. You actually just push this little dongle out, whatever you want to call it, and that handle comes off. This spring comes apart, and you can slide that washer in, and then those other two gaskets around them. You'll see the O-rings. You can't miss them. Trust me, they're black. You can't miss them. But yeah, this is where it was failing. You can kind of see how it's loose here, and you can kind of see how the teeth are just completely worn off. Like, you can't really see it in there, but you can see it right here. You see how there's like a little tooth? Let me get it out for you. Show you what I'm talking about. All right, so you see how there's like teeth on this? When I say teeth, I'm talking about like this little ridge right here. You see how it has a little ridge up? That seals it. This ridge is completely gone. It's roasted. So we're gonna have to tear this out with a screwdriver as best we can. And then we're just gonna go ahead and have to put in the new one. It's pretty straightforward, but I'll get it cleaned out and then I'll show you the next steps. Pain getting it out, don't worry. You're not the only one. So this is out for the most part. I'm gonna go ahead and get this cleaned up some more. I'm gonna get a smaller screwdriver. This is just like a thick flathead that I used, but I'll get a thinner one to get these channels cleaned out. One thing you need to be careful with when you're using the screwdriver is not to chip it. I did get a tiny little chip, but this is okay. As long as it's not like a huge chunk in the wall, you're gonna be fine. But you gotta be careful chipping that out, because if you chip it out, you're gonna have to get a whole new thing. Typically, they just replace these things instead of repair them and rebuild them, because you can see how much of a process this is. But if you're willing to take on the challenge, it's like 10, 15 bucks for the gaskets, and you just put it in. It saves you like 300 bucks, so you don't have to buy a multi-port. The gasket or the channels that's cleaned out as best we can. This is the gasket in there right now. I kind of just dry fitted it just to make sure it seats smoothly and that I cleaned it out enough. You can see here, you can't get everything completely out because the gasket's rotten, but it's enough to allow this gasket to seat cleanly. That's the most important part, because if it's kind of like jiggling and jumping all up over there, it's not gonna work. You gotta make sure it seals flat, holds down flat, and make sure you get the big chunks out. The most important part is do not damage these channels. It's okay to kind of etch a little bit in the inside because the glue will compensate for that. But breaking one of these, it could be catastrophic. I'm just kidding. It's not catastrophic, but it's not going to function properly. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to have to dry out all of these channels. You can also just kind of let this sit here for like an hour if it's really, really hot, and it'll dry out by itself. Just make sure this water line is low enough. Just use a towel or a sponge to get it out. And make sure your pump is off so it doesn't just randomly fill that stuff up. Next, you're gonna go ahead and glue it in. We're gonna use some of this JB Well Clear all-purpose silicone glue, and we're gonna glue it in. I'll show you what's up. While that's drying a little bit, this part is actually really easy. You just simply get this gasket out with a screwdriver. Comes right off, toss it. Man, that gasket is trash. And put the new one on. This, just lube it up before you put it on. Just use some like magic lube or whatever and just slide it on, put it in, and then you're just gonna seal that puppy together. But you want to allow this to dry. I think this is like a couple of hours. Yeah, fully cure 24 hours. So leave your pump down for 24 hours, let that cure. Make sure you're generous with this stuff. I just kind of lubed it all in there, and then you're gonna press it in and then just wipe off the excess. So this will just go right up in here. And I'm putting that in wrong, aren't I? This is, I'm trying to look at the camera at the same time. Jeez. Oh, sorry. And then you're just gonna slide it in and press it in. Just make sure it seats properly. Wipe off the excess glue. Seal around every edge, and that's it. All right, so we're fully in, we're cleaned up. I'm gonna let this dry for at least an hour and a half, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the shell back on, just put the screws on and the nuts. And already lubed that up, so we'll put it back together, let this cure over 24 hours, and then we'll go ahead and prime the pump up and let it do its thing. Thanks for watching, guys. That's how you replace a spider gasket. Make sure you wear gloves, don't get messy, and those are the tools that you'll need. Peace.